Did I get? Is that all of them? Did I miss anything?
That sounded good to me.
Okay, excellent. Then
You're getting better at this.
Dude, we're professionals. When we were talking yesterday, and I had like the YouTube sponsorship like pitch ready to go.
Oh yeah.
As soon as we get sponsored.
Yeah.
Anyway,
this episode sponsored by Nuclear Blast Records. Ba-boom! Get your Nuclear Blast today. Yeah. We're not sponsored. That was a fake line. That was a fake ad read.
Check out Sabaton's new album, The War of the Wars.
War of the Wars, out now, September 16th, 2019. Get your copy tomorrow.
Dude, how sick would it be if they have an album remotely named that?
You heard it first.
You heard it here first, folks.
Sup, nerds? It's Larry Biscuit and friends back with another very special episode of Powerful Podcast. Four Gates could not make it this week, but we have Zelda Fan 355.
Yo.
We got Darko.
Hello.
And we got our brand new best friend from Poland, who was here last time, Don.
Hey.
And we got a very special episode this month, just like always. They're all special.
I was going to say, we call every episode a special
Every episode is a special episode, but this episode is doubly special because it doubles as our Christmas episode for the year.
Yay.
Yes. We're gonna get into the spirit of giving back to the community, and we're gonna talk about a whole bunch of small bands that you may not have heard of.
Yeah, it's our favorite thing when people reach out to us on social media and say, hey, I discovered this new awesome band because of you guys. I never would have done so regardless. And so that makes us feel, okay, we're doing some good for the world. And that's what we're trying to accomplish with this episode.
Yeah. Yeah, we just want everyone to find out about more stuff, new stuff than other ways you might not hear about.
We got some obscure ones on here too. I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we got some real small stuff. So
but before we get into the small stuff, we can talk about the news of some more mainstream stuff.
Some super fun news this month.
Yeah, stuff has happened. A lot of stuff.
So we'll start neutral first. So Thornbridge, they've got a new album coming out finally. They said it's coming out February 8th, apparently.
Yes, Thornbridge, their new album, Theatrical Masterpiece, will be coming out on February 8th. I really liked their first album. It was one of my favorites.
It was 2016, AOTY?
Yeah, I think 2016, yeah. It was one of my favorites that year. These guys, they're kind of like Orden Ogan, where they have just like these really big, like harmonized, catchy choruses, but they actually have a riff or two in there, so that's fun.
They also said that this album was going to come out last year, like last June, and then that didn't happen. So,
because they had some like shenanigans with the record label, didn't they?
I don't know.
All
I know is that I was sad when it didn't come out last June, but at the same time, that was like an 8-month turnaround, and I thought they were fucking crazy for saying that.
Yeah, I think it's just much more reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys listen to Thornbridge, Darko, Don?
No.
Yeah, I have, and it's like basically Orden Ogan, but better.
Yeah.
Better than their last album. I don't remember what it was called even.
I think What Will Prevail was actually one of the first metal CDs that I bought.
Whoa.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Because I realized, because my auxiliary port in my car stopped working, and I'm like, shit, I only have a CD player. So then I bought that album, and then like a bunch of other albums. But Thornbridge might have been the first. I don't remember. It's up there. Definitely first like 5.
Yeah, really strong debut from those guys. We'll see what they do with their sophomore effort. I assume we'll get a single at some point.
We might get one before the end of the year.
Yeah, hopefully.
That'd be nice.
So, one to be on the lookout for. And speaking of new albums coming out, we mentioned this one a few months back, but the band Eternity's End has their second album coming out on December 26th. in Japan. Their second album, Unyielding, they just announced will be released via Avalon Marquee in Japan. They are still looking for a label for the American and European release, but it will be out there, I suppose.
That means we can squeak it in to 2018 Album of the Year.
True, if this album blows us away, which it might. That was their debut, was one of my favorites of 2005-6, one of those years. I guess probably 2016. We're on like that point of the album cycle here. But I think this is going to be a really impressive record. They even noted on their announcement what the style of the album will be like. It says, completely stripping away the progressive elements and keyboard-driven production style of the band's debut album, the band opted for a more aggressive, riff-oriented approach with occasional speed thrash influences blended with neoclassical elements,
Ooh, I love
simpler
neoclassical
song structures, and an even greater emphasis on dual lead guitar keyboard solo trade-offs.
Oh, that's the
The
stuff.
raw guitar-dominant production style was provided by Piet Sielk, whose name I can't pronounce
I
correctly.
think it's just Pete Silk.
Yeah,
Pete Sielk of Iron Savior, whom also provided choir vocals. So that's nice.
Also, Jens Lanhart provided those choir vocals and lead vocals on a bonus track.
They have some new members on this, particularly, hopefully I say this right, Yuri Sanson from Hybria, who have like a very impressive album. Check out Steel Lord on Wheels, Defying the Rules, some incredible power metal. Every member of this band has a huge pedigree if you look them up on Metal Archives. This is one to keep an eye out for. And they have cool artwork.
Shout out to Metal Archives.
It's a concept album about stuff in space.
It's a concept album describing the saga of a 900-year conflict implicating mankind and all sentient life in the Milky Way against a formless, all-consuming, omniscient interdimensional entity capable of assembling and controlling non-organic life forms. That sounds like Mass Effect.
Kinda. It's like a Mass Effect, like,
but on a smaller timescale.
Not quite Lovecraftian Bloodborne thing with like, you know.
Like that's the Reapers. That's what the Reapers do in Mass Effect.
Indeed.
But who knows? Maybe it's not.
What if this whole thing is just a tie-in to Mass Effect?
That'd be cool. Mass Effect 5 that doesn't
Mass
suck.
Effect 5, Eternity's End.
Yeah.
Let's do it, guys. Anyway, so that'll be one to keep a lookout for. Squeaking it in at the end of the year. We'll see if it ends up in the of the year discussions next month.
If anything, the album art is great.
That's true. It's very nice. It looks very expensive.
Yeah,
Serious contender for album art of the year.
definitely.
Oh wait, shit! This is a real or fake reel. I'm not sure, but it's on canvas with oil. Is the style? That's actually really cool.
I don't know about that.
I don't know if it's real or not, but that's the style they're going for. You can see the canvas behind the brushstrokes if they're real or not.
It's not a high res enough image to tell that it is the style. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's real.
The only thing that I don't like is the colored lightsabers that dudes have.
It's like Power Rangers.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know, but it's in general it's great. It's a really nice art.
It's a really cool impressionistic style.
Yeah.
Oil on canvas, sci-fi art.
Yeah, artwork by Phil Tugas, if I'm saying that right.
Cool.
And now let's get into the weird news.
Yeah. Stuff has
Let's get into
happened in the past months. Stuff that is very interesting. Stuff that could only happen in this time, which makes this a great time to be alive on a way. So this is not strictly power metal news. This is music related. This is music industry.
And unfortunately, we are a little late on it, but it does mean we can do a nice full package post-mortem wrap-up.
Yeah.
So
yeah, everything
we'll get
is
the whole
said and
story
done
today.
now. So no half-truths. Everything is known now. You might have heard or read at the beginning of November about this band called Threatin or Fretting. Not sure how to pronounce it, but
Threatin.
fretting like frets, like threatening.
Yeah, like
something.
threatening someone.
Fretting.
Yeah.
So this is a band that booked a whole tour for Europe, hitting many cities in many countries. Started in England, and it turned out that nobody showed up to the first show, and nobody showed up to the second show, even though
Nobody, like the crowd or the band?
the crowd. It was just the band there, and the band that was opening for them, and no one came, even though they reported that it was sold out beforehand. So you could see in their Facebook that the attendees were on the hundreds. We're talking about 200, 300 people venues at the start. And they allegedly had sold every ticket, but there was no one there. And by the third venue that was empty, people started looking into it. Venues started calling each other because they had booked the whole tour. And they say, check the actual numbers. And it turns out nobody had actually bought a single ticket for any of the shows. Everything was faked on Facebook. All the attendees were bots, Brazilian accounts, or bot people. And there was this whole... When they booked the tour, they had this whole production with pictures and a booking agency. They booked all the places via a booking agency that actually was fake. And the band Threatin is just one dude who hired 3 other musicians. His name is Jared. And I don't know, this is just amazing.
So how did this happen? Like, did the band did they know that this was fake or not fake? Or
so the band is just one dude.
Okay, so the dude hired 3 musicians via auditions. So a guitarist, a bass player, and a drummer. And they went in and they did their auditions. And they were said, okay, the tour is from this day to this day. All the travel is covered and you're going to get paid X amount of money. Whatever. These are the songs. They get together, rehearse a bit, and go on the tour. And then on the first date of the tour, no one shows up. On the second date of the tour, no one shows up. On the third day, everything gets published on the internet because the venues talk to each other in England where this started. And it's like, look out for this guy. He says he sold all the tickets, but it was empty. And it's not like money was lost because he actually properly booked the places. He paid for the rent and everything. There was only one case in one of the cities where the story, the ball was started by the member of one of the bands that was opening for them in one of the shows that was present there, and there was no one. And then at some point, someone showed up to collect money for the rent of the backline gear. And after a while, he just went unpaid. Like nobody looks like nobody lost any money. But yeah, so were these tickets actually like sold out and bought, but just only by...
No. The
like,
tickets weren't
bots?
sold at all. The bots were just for the Facebook events, you know, and the YouTube likes, because the band has videos on YouTube. So if you, I'm not sure if the account right now still has them, but there were videos on YouTube with thousands and thousands of views of the band playing live
To fake audiences.
So if you
Just like in that... God, what was that other band that did that?
Skylark was the one. I
Skylark.
think.
It's just like
Yeah.
Skylark, but they took it further.
They took it further.
So wait, so the dude was intentionally tricking people
Yes.
behind this.
So So this company contacts the venues to book this tour, right? This is a production company that is called Stage Right Bookings. And Threatin is signed to the label Superlative Music Recordings, which has its own Facebook page, and and it turns out it's all fake, and it's just this dude saying all this. They have this web page that was allegedly created by web design company Universal Web Group, which doesn't exist, and they have an award,
What?
the Top Rock Artist of the Year award, which is fake as well, doesn't exist, and they have their own Wikipedia page, which was also fake, just created
So
by
this dude
him.
just pulling a big old bamboozle.
Yes, the biggest bamboozle in the music industry. Also,
This is amazing.
a press outlet called Top Rock Press that said good stuff about them. And you had the videos with the fake audiences. And so nobody doubted, okay, yes, we're booking them. This is how much it cost, the money exchange hands, whatever. They had the tickets, they had the whole tour laid out. And then it's just empty venues. Because, of course, nobody knows about this band. It doesn't really have any following. But if you went to their Facebooks and their Twitter and their YouTube, all these comments, all these stories of fans saying how they want to meet the dude because he's in the band and fangirling around, and it's all fake.
What the fuck?
And
Is their music any good?
no, I don't know. I let everyone be the judge of this because he's an actual musician. So he sings and plays guitar, I think, and it's I don't know, it's not bad. And he had a band before with his brother that wasn't like terrible. They apparently did some a decent amount of shows. So after the first few shows, and when this thing started blowing up on the internet, the drummer that was hired made a video explaining what he knew about the thing. So what they did was the drummer and the guitarist left the tour. They just bailed on the dude because they realized they learned that this was all a fabricated band and a fabricated kind of tour on the spot, like on the third show that was empty. And they were like, hey, we can continue with this joke. And they just left. They were okay. The drummer went to visit his family and the guitarist flew back to the US. But the bassist had to stick with the tour because he couldn't afford the plane ticket.
Oh no!
So he's just continuing the tour with Jared, with the dude.
So what? He's just going from city to city with the like. Why do they even go to the shows if it's all fake? Just like, what do they do?
They just
Do
go
they
on.
just play to an empty venue like a bartender?
Yeah, it's a very, very expensive rehearsal. But I mean, they are paying him. He's getting paid to do that. So
I guess.
And
this whole thing is absurd.
I mean, this is already over because this was at the stand of November. So he's probably back home. I actually don't have an update on the bass player. So this whole thing started blowing up. Then the guitar player sent an email explaining what he knew, and there is where he explained that they actually got hired. This booking agency contacted them, and they went and they did auditions. They practiced the songs, and they say, "Okay, yes, you got the part. It will be this much money, whatever." Which wasn't a lot of money, but it was decent, and all expenses were covered, so they took it. And it was like, okay, empty venues and the laughingstock of the music industry. And then a few days after all this started blowing up, the actual Jared Threatin made a statement. He tweeted a thing, as it's now how statements are done.
Yes.
He first said like Jared Threatin to make a fake official statement tomorrow, smiley face, and he tagged BBC News and NME, Alt Press, Metal Sucks, Metal Injection, BBC News. Metal Sucks
A fake official statement.
Yeah, Metal
That's
Sucks did
amazing.
a whole investigation on this.
It was really fun to follow, honestly.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
as
being
updates are coming out,
the day to day was amazing.
it was like a new crazy stupid thing became uncovered every day.
Yeah,
Sometimes multiple times a day. It was fantastic.
yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah, because I wasn't following any of this at all.
You missed all the popcorn.
Yeah, I'm gonna show
I need to do
you.
like retroactive stuff here.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you so you can see his statement. I'll just link it to you guys, and everyone can find it very easily. But we'll link it in the show notes.
Yeah, for sure. I have some sources for this.
So, are you seeing the tweet?
Yeah.
I'm pulling it up.
So the tweet says, "What is fake news? I turned an empty room into an international headline. If you are reading this, you are part of the illusion. Hashtag marketing. Hashtag
guy's just
psychology.
A
Hashtag social
madman?
media. Fake news. Threatin. Breaking the world music industry."
What is this?
And then he added a bunch of like news outlets.
Yeah, and the picture is of him holding a shard of a mirror where you can see his face reflected, his eye. So it's like, and and the picture has the same text as the tweet. And it's like, what the fuck? Yeah, he's trying.
He spells his name. This is important. He spells his name Jared.
Oh yeah, sorry, it's Jared.
Yeah.
Jared.
It's
Fretting.
Jared spelled fun, not Jared like a normal person.
So was this just like a big crazy publicity stunt?
So
Apparently-
that's what he tried. I think that's what he tried to do to salvage the situation.
To pass it off?
He ruined his reputation, and he's never going to be able to do anything ever.
Yeah.
Is what
How
he
could
did.
anyone trust this
Like
guy?
as a musician, he ruined his entire clout of artistic integrity with this stunt.
This is
And
amazing.
he's never going to be able to do anything in the metal scene ever again. Is the gist of it.
He added Joe Rogan. What the fuck? He should have added Powerful Podcast or at Powerful PM.
I was talking to coworkers about it, coworkers that aren't metalheads at all, and they didn't quite get it, but like, you know, the metal scene is so much more into artistic integrity, I think, than a lot of other scenes in general. We're very big on someone being, you know, real with the fans.
Be true.
So this is, everyone's getting angry, everyone's laughing at him. I think this was a good time.
There are statements from the bassist, for example, that he says he is talented and he doesn't feel like he was conned by him because, well, he was hired to play and he went and played and they pay him. So that's okay. And however, like he has whoever is responsible for tickle sales or whatever, I don't know, but he did the marketing, I guess.
That's insane.
It says apparently they still had a good time sightseeing, so it was fun.
At least that's something positive.
So yeah, that's the whole Threatin fiasco.
Yeah, and well, there's now a statement from his brother because it was dug out that he had a band before where he played with his brother, and he's now made an official statement to Metal Injection, and he says he's really disappointed on the choices of his brother and is trying to distance himself from him. Like,
Oh my god.
Family drama.
So much drama.
yeah, it's like they haven't spoken since 2012, and
Oh, shit.
and they had like a somewhat successful original band together, but then split up because Jerry wanted to take things in a direction
Probably wanted to do something like this.
that it was like this exactly.
He's like, dude, I have the
He's had this
best idea.
since 2012.
And he says that he I'm
You
gonna
gonna be
quote
okay, Dark?
I'm gonna quote him. It is my goal with this statement not to disown my brother, but to disassociate and express my detest for his recent actions in the music industry. Like his brother is trying to save himself from the stain.
Save face and throw him under the bus.
Yeah, and it's like very interesting how this could have only happened at this time. But at the same time, how could it happen at this time? Like, he built a fake popular band because he was selling it like a very popular band with a lot of YouTube views, with a lot of fans interaction, a lot of massive sold out shows from the US, and he said to do a tour in Europe. And we have the tools with the internet and everything to see that and eat this lie but at the same time, we have the same tools to check these things.
Yeah, like you can perpetuate lies easier, but you can also fact check said lies.
Yeah, because the moment this went into the internet, that it was a post from one of the members of an opening band for them that were sure they were going to play this huge ass show because this band from the US that's coming is going to play sold out show and we're going to open for them, only to find themselves playing to nobody, and which is a massive disappointment. And only because of that, it started blowing up. And then the venues, I think that many venues canceled the shows because they rather have people going into the venue than wasting it like that.
Right.
But they were actually paid for. If they canceled, they return the money, I guess. I don't know. It's very interesting because it's like nobody was really monetary defrauded. Everyone got paid and everything.
It's just weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, the promoter got defrauded, though. Or whoever paid him.
No. So the promoter that booked the venues was a fake company he set up. It was himself.
Oh, it was himself.
He was the promoter. He was the label as well. It's a fake label.
Where did the money come from that he got paid
Well,
with?
the brother
His
said
own money, I guess.
the brother says in the statement that most likely most of the money is borrowed. Who knows from where?
Small business loan. All right. That's
So-
a great idea.
So and well, he was also saying that with that amount of effort and money, he could have done something useful, right?
Yeah,
Right.
for reals. He could have marketed a good band
Yeah.
instead of marketing himself.
Could have done a lot of things.
But technically, he marketed his band. It's
He
like
did do marketing, just in the horrible, horrible way.
It's like he did the marketing, and the venue owners ate it up. Nobody doubted the emails from this company, and because they went and checked the views and everything, and it was like, yeah, this looks. It's like if you get shared the video from a band where they are playing to a live audience that looks like hundreds of people, and there is 10,000 views and 300 comments, and everything is likes, and you usually don't give a second thought to that. So it's like, oh, cool band. And if they have enough support from, like, when you see the number there, you instantly think this is legit. It gives legitimacy to what you're watching. If you are way more likely to respond positively or go back to or mention again if you share the video of a band that has 10 million views than one that has 50.
Mm-hmm.
That's a thing that happens now. And this dude, like, I don't buy the whole it was a social experiment aspect of it. But
No, I think that was just trying to salvage it. I suppose it works because I hadn't heard of Threatin before this, and maybe you guys hadn't.
oh
either.
yeah, no, he's a celebrity. He had his 15 minutes of glory on the spotlight because those couple that week on early November, it was like I was checking every day to know what was the new development.
He came up
Oh, boy.
every day for a solid 2 weeks.
Yeah, I kind of rejected it.
How does he transition this into something more concrete? Don't know. Good on him
Write a book.
for figuring that out if he does
No,
it.
he has to write a book about the thing.
Yeah, he could write a book. Yeah, that'd work. That would work. Jared Threatin, if you listen to us and write a book, we need royalties.
Yeah, all of them.
Just give us like 0.5% of book sales. That's fine.
At Powerful Publishing.
And I don't have an update on one thing, but I remember the guitarist said that they all got together at his house to start the tour. So all their cars were at his house. So they had to go back and wait for him to finish the tour to
That's
recover
fucked
them.
up.
So that must have been a fun meeting.
Like, hey man, how's it going? How's the tour?
And it's like, man, what a time to be alive when you can pull.
Yeah.
Now I think we have a new phrasal verb. Pull a threading.
Pull a threaten. You're threaten the needle.
He faked it. Fake it till you make it has been taken to its utmost extreme.
So
Indeed.
not only did this whole Threatin thing happen,
Speaking of fake tours,
but recently Riot 5 or Riot V, is it actually 5?
I think it's 5.
Riot 5 announced a North American tour.
Or did
Lots
they?
of dates, real good. Everyone's real happy. People are buying tickets. There are local openers attached to the various shows. Everyone's looking forward to next summer when Riot 5 comes and tours North America. But then comes out, it's not a real tour. No one ever consulted the band. So Riot was like, hey, they made a Facebook post saying, it has come to our attention that a number of dates have been announced online for Riot 5. We would like to stress that until you hear it from the band via our website or social media pages, that it cannot be considered official. We will be performing in 2019 and look forward to seeing you. So somehow a bunch of like half a tour, because only like half of the dates are wrong. So like half of a tour was fraudulently booked and tickets were sold, and then a whole bunch of refunds had to be issued. This was all like last week.
Yeah, like the first comment on Facebook, like, oh, the Whiskey A Go-Go, which is like a popular metal venue in LA, sold tickets. Not anymore.
Yeah, it's insane. Like how, because tickets were sold for this.
So who set that up? I don't think that's come out. It's just crazy. I know Four Gates was very, very sad to see that Riot wasn't actually going to be touring North America.
Well, they are still touring North America.
Are they?
But some of the dates weren't real.
So every date that is real is in 2019, and there were dates that tickets were sold to for 2018, I think.
No,
as well.
No, the entire tour was in 2019, but some of them were real and some of them weren't.
Man,
I'm pretty sure.
Terrible.
But why?
I actually have a friend who is opening for them in the Arizona show in June, and I'm trying to figure out whether or not our show is real or not. I'm going to get his opinion on it here in a minute. If he gets back to me while we're recording.
Yeah, if you click on tour dates on Facebook, there are dates in Mesa, Arizona, and Clifton, New Jersey. If this is, I don't know what to trust.
I mean,
anymore.
those are the only two dates. That's weird.
But you know who I do trust when it comes to tours?
Oh man,
I trust Tobias.
Tobias Sammet. What is he doing?
He's doing Avantasia. He's taken Moonglow around the world, and they finally announced the dates for their time in North America.
Wait, so it's a real world tour now? Wait, do they have South American dates yet?
I don't think so. They have.
So we're almost
They put
there.
Australia. They got like 2 shows in Australia, and then they're coming to the US and I think a show in Canada.
70K from the subreddit says that he heard a rumor that Asian dates are coming soon too.
I'm sure they're gonna go everywhere.
So this is the
that's
first world tour in a while that's actually a world tour.
Like, what are you talking about?
When people announce, when fucking European bands announce a world tour, they don't play a world tour.
What?
They play a Europe and South America tour. That's not a world tour. That's 2 continents.
That's a world tour.
That's 2 continents.
That's
They
like
ignore
half of,
Asia,
it's more than
Africa,
half the world.
Australia, and North America. I don't know if
They'll go to Japan.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, regardless, this is really exciting. I've heard fantastic things about Avantasia Live. I missed them the last time they came to the US, and that's one of my greatest regrets in life. But it's okay now, because they have not 1 but 2 shows in California. I've already bought a Tier 1 ticket for the show in Anaheim.
Unless the album sucks.
I believe in Toby.
It might be our greatest regret again.
I believe in Toby. I've liked the last 2 albums. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
He says that the press has been liking it so far, and I trust Toby in his totally hyperbolic Facebook statements. But they have a video on the official Avantasia page with the dates. I bought a ticket from Enter the Vault. I think this is as real as it gets until I get to Anaheim next year, and it's like, oh, never mind.
So yeah, I also bought a ticket to go to the Anaheim show. Tier 1. We're going to be right on Toby. We're going to touch him. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know anything about the venue. Is it possible to touch him?
It depends, because sometimes they'll have like an extra barrier set up before the stage. Like, that's what it was like when we went to Camelot. I was in the front, like actually at the stage for Sonata Arctica and Sabaton, though. So it kind of depends.
Interesting.
They do weird things.
I feel like Toby will make them put the partition up.
Well, they're gonna have all their like crazy Avantasia stars, like Michael Kiske and
Yeah,
Jorn and all those
we'll probably
lovely,
have the
lovely
partition
people.
up. We're going to sneak backstage. It's going to happen. Powerful.
They're going to invite us backstage, dude.
Powerful is going to sneak backstage. Have a meet and greet with Toby.
We've got 3 Powerful members on their way. Like, it's easy. We're in.
Easy.
Anyway, guys, definitely keep on the lookout for more tour dates from Avantasia. They're all over Europe, except for Poland. Sorry, Don. And,
oh no.
They're going to be in Australia and US, and I'm pretty sure, like we said, more parts of the world in this real world tour will be coming.
Hey, Don, come to California.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I'm coming.
And if any listeners are going to go to the Anaheim show, holla at us.
I'm considering doing the San Jose show too.
We'll say hi.
Considering it.
I might do the San Jose show, but if I did San Jose, I'd have to fly. Because that's before the Anaheim show, right?
I could make you my companion on Southwest.
You'd have to come get me.
Oh, yeah, rip. Never mind. We'll just make it a road trip weekend.
The San Jose show is before the Anaheim show, right?
Yeah, it's San Jose's Friday and Anaheim Sunday.
So I'd have to fly into San Jose or fly into San Francisco or something. I don't know. Mm-hmm. And then public transit down south to Anaheim.
There is no such thing.
And then I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd have to, in which case I'd have to drive to San Jose. And that's like
we'll figure
10
this
hours.
out.
I'm not doing that. I'm not
the
doing
listeners
that.
don't give a shit about our vacations.
Sorry. Sorry, listeners. If you're going to be in Anaheim, let us know, because we'll be there. Myself, Four Gates, and Zelda fan. Or maybe you'll get to meet Toby. Who knows?
And who knows? Maybe if you find the powerful crew at the show, they might give you something.
Or you'll just like say, oh, hey, what's up? I'll buy you a beer. Anyway.
We're not buying anyone beers. That could get expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not buying anyone beers. That could get expensive real quick. Because you just have to come up to us and be like, hey,
they should buy
podcast.
you beers.
Anyone could say
if
that.
Anything.
Yeah, well, who's going to say that?
Anyone who wants a free beer could say that. So we're not buying people beers.
God. You've never tried the old, you have a podcast line to get free beer?
Apparently not. Before we get into the small bands, Four Gates isn't here to do this, so I guess I'll do it. We have social media pages that you guys should like and follow and be a part of. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube at Powerful Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Powerful PM. We have memes. We reply to things that people tell us usually. If you want us to check out a band, check out your band. Let us know. We like to hear from people. We hang around the Power Metal subreddit and Discord server. God help you if you attempt to do things in those wonderful places. But anyway, enough about Sabaton. Let's talk about bands that are less well-known than Sabaton. Let's talk about small bands.
Small bands. Small bands that you might never have heard about, and maybe there was no way they would cross your radar.
All right. Indeed. So we've got a big old list here that we've compiled. These are all bands that we have found through one means or another. The show notes are going to have a link to a song and their Facebook page, and you can find out all sorts of wonderful things about these people. So, wonderful people. Mr. Biscuit, do you want to get going?
Yeah, I guess we'll just go in order, because that makes sense. Let me pull up my notes that I wrote.
Oh,
notes.
So, I wrote a bunch of notes. 2,000 characters worth of notes.
Damn. What?
Yeah. It's about a page.
Still
with formatting.
Yeah. Wow.
It's like 3 lines per band.
Now I feel underprepared.
Yeah, you guys should get on my level. So, first band, Crowning Thieves. They are a band from Phoenix, Arizona. I've seen them a handful of times, like 3 or 4. And I really enjoy them because every time I've seen them, they have changed their sound very slightly. The first time I saw them, they were like a prog rock band opening for I forget who. And I'm like, I kind of dug it, but these guys are just kind of like boring prog rock, whatever. But then I saw them again on accident.
On accident.
Like a week and a half later. And they weren't playing prog rock anymore. Now they were playing like Melodeath.
What?
With like weird Creed style choruses. I'm like, all right. that works. And then the third time I saw them wasn't an accident, and they were playing like power / Melodeath. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I think they're just kind of doing whatever they feel like right now, because they're still a newish band. I think they're about a year old at this point. They're working on their second album / EP. I don't know which. They just recently shot a music video. Check them out. Crowning Thieves, Phoenix, Arizona.
What do they have available to listen to right now?
Right now, I asked one of the band members, Kyle Pinkard, and he told me to share this track, The Wound. It's kind of melodeathy, and then it's got like really sweet, like echoey choruses.
Yeah, like it's kind of power metal-y, but also kind of not.
Yeah.
Or really not.
Yeah, it's not a very power metal-y track, but it's very metal in some way.
Do they have a song that is the most power metal-y? I guess they make the most.
I'd have to re-go through their stuff. I don't pay attention to song titles. But that is the track that the band asked me to share, so I will share that track.
Fair enough. Yeah, I gave them a listen, and I just turned it on again right now. It's good stuff. I'm interested to see where they go. And, supporting your local scene. Good job.
And then, that's Crowning Thieves.
Darko, Don, did you listen to Crowning Thieves much?
Yeah.
I have, but... Well... I don't think it's power metal at all.
I didn't say it was power metal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so...
I said they don't know
bad,
what...
but...
I said I don't know what they're doing because they haven't really decided on a style yet.
Oh. Then I'm waiting for their debut.
Yeah, so with some of the things that we're going to talk about might not be strictly power metal, but we think, well, at least some of us think it's worth giving it a shot.
Worth checking out.
Yep.
It will appeal to power metal fans.
That's the thing. Yeah.
As long as you have an open mind.
It should appeal to power metal fans. Ugh.
Yeah, there's a lot of metal out there. Lots of kinds. Give it a shot.
Some might say too many kinds.
That's why we make more genre classifications.
Exactly.
All right.
So I guess I'll do the next one too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The next one was Four Gates' contribution, correct?
Yep. This was a Four Gates pick, but she is not here. She is off being busy and tired. So this next band is from San Diego, California, and they are called Malison. The track that we are sharing is the track 1 on their debut album. What is it called? What's the album
Beyond
called?
the Sun.
That's the title track. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're sharing. No, it's a self-titled album. So it's Malison, album Malison, track Beyond the Sun. It's a straight up power song, dude. It like turned on and just immediately started going into the power.
Yeah, this is like sort of traditional mixed with power metal. Like, would you call it USPM? I don't know.
Nah, it walks that line between like traditional power and USPM.
It's
like
that realm.
So
kind of Dream Trolley, kind of Visigoth-y.
You like US power metal?
This is some
you like
good
heavy?
metal.
Just give it a shot. This is cool. This is really cool.
Yeah.
I'd put it in like the vein of Halloween. They're not very Halloween-y, but I get like a Halloween vibe.
Okay.
Regardless, these guys are doing some really great metal. I think of all the songs that I listened to on this list, I think this was one where like right from the start, I'm like, oh yeah, here we go. This one's great. And fun fact about this band, I was adding their Facebook page to our show notes yesterday, and they're like, oh, hey, tonight we're playing in Tempe, Arizona.
Yeah. I found out they were playing a show like 20 minutes away from me, like 2 hours before the show, and I'd already had plans for the evening, unfortunately. I'm actually really bummed that I didn't get to see them last night.
Maybe next time.
Hopefully. And actually, they started the tour with the next band on our list.
Oh, did they?
They did.
Well, who is the next band on our list?
I think this was also a Four Gates pick, if I'm not mistaken. The next band on the list is Silver Talon from Portland, Oregon. And the song that we are sharing is...
Speed of the Night.
Speed of the Night from their debut album, Becoming a Demon.
Quite the name of an album.
And they have really cool art.
Mm-hmm.
So what is Silver Talon like? What do you guys like about them?
I actually don't like the singer very much, so I'm going to dip.
I think it's a band by ex-members of Spellcaster, if I'm not mistaken. Spellcaster is like, I think speed metal it was.
Yeah, it's definitely got a speed like vein to it. Let me check.
The vocals are in a sort of more, not quite aggressive, maybe speed metal-y style. It's not the same like super like clean power metal-y style.
So yeah, their lead guitars, both of their guitars and their drummer were both in Spellcaster, which was a heavy speed band. So that very definitely carries over into Silver Talon.
Mm-hmm. There's some cool riffing styles in here too, because it sort of goes back and forth between like sort of catchy power metal stuff and then also more like aggressive, not quite death metal, but yeah, more speed metal.
Yeah.
But then they also will throw in like the keyboards, just doing a little doodle-doos in there. Speed of the Night's a pretty cool track.
I'll have to give the rest of their stuff a try. I didn't have enough time to give the whole album a try, but I got to put that on. I did listen to all of Malison though, and the whole thing is good.
I will jump in from here. So, first band that I added to the list is a band called Final Chapter. This band is from Trier, Germany, and they do really cool symphonic style power metal, blending together male and female vocals. Really great riffs, really great choruses, great keyboards, everything that you're looking for. This band might have the hardest to find album I've ever experienced. It's not available on Spotify or any digital services. When I first discovered them in 2016, they had like 2 songs on YouTube, and that was it. I think the rest of the album has eventually been uploaded to YouTube. I linked the song Trace of Fate off their newest album, Legions of the Sun. And it's really cool. It starts off with a nice little piano intro before getting into the riffs and the choruses and all the fun stuff that you know and love from power metal. Acquiring this album is difficult. Good luck. The band has, an official Facebook page, which I've linked. They have a website which links to some like really like 90s style web page, and then it takes you to like a sketchy like Italian place to buy a physical CD from. Like, if you want obscure shit and that you've never heard of before, real bonus points for never being on Spotify, real underground here. Final Chapter, they've been around since like the late 90s.
Oh shit, dude. Their only other album, The Wizard Queen in 2004, had Tobias Sammet on it.
It did?
Apparently.
Like I've only ever been able to find the title track of The Wizard Queen on YouTube, and they had 12 years in between albums.
The website says featuring Tobias Sammet and Chitral Somapala of Red
German.
Circuit.
Maybe they're buddies.
I don't know.
Anyway, this is probably one of my favorite albums of the last few years. God knows if they're ever going to make another one. It might be another 12 years.
So when you shared this took me by surprise, this track, honestly, because it starts off with that slow, like the slow keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, all right, this is going to be like standard fare, like Italian style sympho power metal, right? Mm-hmm. And then it does like a 40-second piano intro, whatever. And then the guitar starts, and it drops into like some classic riffy German style power metal. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. They have got few styles on this album.
It's like if German power metal heads did their take on Rhapsody.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Like German riffy style with Italian influences. If I could plug a second song, Garden of Fear does a good job showcasing the female vocals, which there's a surprising amount of on this album. They do. I've mentioned it before. I'm a sucker for when those kind of go back and forth. So yeah, highly recommend Final Chapter if you can find them.
If you can find it.
Oh boy,
good pick, good underground pick.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Getting into more underground stuff. Next up, we're talking about the band ShadowStrike from Long Island, New York, in the USA. This one, I have to give credit where credit is due. I found out about these guys because of our guy, Fry Rallis, the fearless leader of our power metal. And so these guys have an EP that they put out a couple years ago, and it's really interesting. I linked the song "The Journey Begins," which is just straight up glorious, cheesy, over the top power metal. I think Darko said it sounds sort of Christmassy.
It reminded me a lot of Twilight Force.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It is kind of have like that jolly vibe to it. Interesting thing about their EP, some of the other songs on it are almost more like video game soundtrack inspired. There's some almost like chiptune, not maybe sort of chiptune stuff with some of the keyboards that they do later on.
I only checked the one song, and yeah, to me it sounds like a Christmas song.
I feel that totally.
So, important thing about ShadowStrike, they have an album coming out soon-ish, next year.
Next year.
Let me see if I can find the actual information about that. It is called Legends of Human Spirit, and it has really dope cover artwork. The original announcement had it poised for 2018 release. That didn't happen. So, soon, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
And these guys do have a Bandcamp.
Yes.
I think this might actually be the first band that we've done with a Bandcamp. I assume Malison and Silver Talon have Bandcamps, actually.
It's their current time frame says early 2019 if they can.
I'm looking forward to it. I've only heard one song from ShadowStrike, but I'm looking
based
forward
on
to
that
it
one
already.
song, I really like it, and I want to hear more.
Yes. I think that's my favorite song of theirs, so it might not be as good, but who knows? It's been a few years since that EP came out, and I'm really interested to see where they go from here, because they've got some really promising sounds.
We can only assume they got better, right?
Yep.
That's the assumption we have to make.
Especially because so many of the bands that we're talking about have like no more than like 1 or 2 albums out.
Yeah.
They're going to be really growing their experience.
My take on it is, if you're a fan of Twilight Force or the new project North Tail with Christian Eriksen, you would like this band. Because that was my immediate gut reaction when this song started.
Mm-hmm. Super like cheesy. It's going to put a smile on your face. I guarantee it. Unless you're just like a jaded asshole.
Unless you're the Grinch.
Unless you're the Grinch.
Oh, I had more notes. They actually remind me of Nova Rain a lot too, with their choruses.
Oh yeah.
Their choruses sound a lot like Nova Rain's choruses, and I looked into it a little bit more, and they're not related whatsoever. So that's coincidental, I guess. But they both definitely took a lot of influence from Dragon Force. The guitar solo on this track is very Dragon Force like wankery. I really liked it.
Alrighty, so that's ShadowStrike. Definitely check them out. And keep an eye. New album next year, soon, hopefully, maybe. The next band that I want to talk about is one that I discovered fairly recently. A band called Winterage, or Winterage, I don't know. Winterage has a single album a few years ago called The Harmonic Passage. And I really, really like this album. These guys are from Genoa, Italy. And they do sort of have a Italian, over-the-top, sort of symphonic power metal style. But if you guys remember, back in the good old days of last episode, we were talking about Unlucky Morpheus, and I said, wouldn't it be great if there's more power metal with violin in it?
That was my one takeaway from this song, was the violin.
Well, these guys go hard on the violin. I found them like a week after we recorded that episode. I'm like, dude, this is great. So I've linked their song, The Harmonic Passage, the title track, and oh man, there's so much.
There's so much violin
shredding
right off the bat. Oh,
this is another one where I think it just kicks your ass right from the start. It's dramatic, it's fun. I really like this one.
It also immediately starts with the classic power metal
Yeah, like 10 seconds in, they hit you with a
scream. Yeah,
like. If you're a power metal band, you don't do that on at least one of your songs. Are you really a power metal band?
That's how Final Chapter started their thing, too, as soon as they got over the keyboard solo.
That's another thing I'm a sucker for, especially on your opening track.
It's a good yell.
Just a good
Yeah.
Important note about Winterage. About a year after their album, they put out a Christmas song. We're tying it back, guys, into December. I missed this one last year, but I'm making up for it this year. They have a Christmas song called The Legend of the White Tenenbaum, And it's like
Is this
sort
a
of a
medley?
medley. Yeah, it's like a medley of different Christmas songs done in their power metal-y style. And it's a lot of fun.
It's got really cool art too.
Yeah, the artwork is sick.
Best album
Yeah,
art.
it's Santa with a sword fighting a white dragon.
And protecting
It's-
his white Tannenbaum.
It's amazing. And there's lots of great Christmassy stuff in that single. So if you're looking for more Christmas power metal, check that out and then listen to our entire episode that we did on it last year.
Their logo is really cool too, actually. I really love that logo.
Oh, they turned the T of winter into like a fancy tree.
Like, that should be their regular logo, honestly.
It is their regular logo.
Is it?
It's
Oh,
on
it
the
is.
look at
There it
Harmonic
is.
Passage.
Yeah, it is.
It's not a
Yeah,
Christmas tree. It's
that's
just a tree.
fantastic logo.
It's legible, so you know they're not a true metal
Yeah.
band. So anyway, definitely check out Winterage. All right. Any? Do you guys have anything else to add about those?
No?
Because we got the real shit to talk about.
I like them all.
We got real shit to talk about now. No more pussy shit. We've got boys of battle to talk about.
We got the Battle Boys coming up.
We got the
Have we-
boys.
Have we talked about them on the show before? I'm sure we did.
We
Oh,
teased
man.
it, but we didn't actually talk about
No.
it.
Didn't?
I think
No,
we
we did not.
mentioned.
Or did we deliberately put it off?
We deliberately put it off for this
Oh,
episode.
maybe.
Oh, man.
Oh man.
So the Boys of Battle, they only have one song on YouTube. They only have the one song Slurp-a-Derp on YouTube, which I think is the best song on the album anyway.
yeah.
So yeah, these guys, I don't even know where to start with these guys.
It's like jokey, memey power metal,
But good.
but good.
Really good.
Like really good.
Yeah, it's really good. So first rule of power metal: don't judge by the lyrics, please, because this is great.
So the album, right? It's about like a bunch of kindergartners saving the world or something. Doing kindergartner shit.
But it's also like an epic battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we listed the song Slurpa Derpa, which is what is it the only one on YouTube?
It's the only one on YouTube.
They have a cover of Damon from It's Always Sunny
Wait,
in
hold
Philadelphia.
up.
It's not a good cover.
Yeah,
I think I
it's-
found this cover like God knows how long ago.
It's funny.
Yeah,
from
I think I
2011,
did
this
find
upload.
this.
No offense to Boys of Battle, but you didn't do a good Dayman cover because you had the ahs too quiet.
Although
that's-
it trades
that's the
off from
part.
ear to ear, the right to left. If you're listening on headphones, they
that's
they go
kinda
back
cool.
and forth.
But Boys of Battle, or Battle Boys by Boys of Battle, it's about kindergartners doing their thing, saving the world, with songs such as Schoolyard Inferno, where the kid gets his ice cream cone stolen, Head Full of Lead, where one of the kids stabs their evil teacher in the head with a pencil,
This is quite the concept album, I gotta say.
Slurp-a-Derp, where you are introduced to Slurp-a-Derp, the penguin.
Is that the penguin on the cover?
I think it's the penguin, and the penguin saves the world from the evil whatever the dragon is.
we have
King
to
of a
mention
Kingdom.
the song "King of a Kingdom."
Yeah, King of a Kingdom, obviously not on
It's-
YouTube, unfortunately.
It's on Bandcamp though. The whole thing's on Bandcamp. Definitely check out the song "King of a Kingdom" just to hear the oh ho ho. It's so
It's perfect.
annoyingly catchy. It's great.
It's perfect. This album is great, and it was like our number one album probably a month ago.
Yeah, we were memeing the shit out of this one.
It originally came out in 2012, I think.
Yes, and I did
2011, actually.
2011. Wow.
Yeah.
I did
Even
contact the
worse.
band on Facebook, and they did say there is something else coming soon, quote unquote, TM. So
They also have another like side project called like was it Idiot Police
Yeah.
or Moron Police?
Moron
Moron Police.
Moron
Okay.
Police. And they were working on an album for that. And after that,
Moron Police is pretty fun.
they are doing
It's
Boys
great.
of Battle.
Oh man. So if you have to find one joke band that's also a really good band out of all of this, Boys of Battle from Trondheim, Norway. Keep it up, boys.
And obviously we'll link their stuff, just like everyone else.
Yes. All these things have an example song on YouTube and the Facebook page for the band. All right, let's get into the Argentinian block, Darko.
Yeah. So I looked for bands that you might not have heard of because, well, a lot of stuff down here takes its time to leak into the rest of the world. I'm going to mention one band that is power metal, but has operatic vocals. So I know like 80% of the people listening don't like it already, but I just want to give them a shout out. It's a cool band called Mandoble. They are from here, Buenos Aires, Argentina. And they do these long form songs. They are mostly power metal. They have a violin as one of the main, I was going to say main characters, one of the main players. And the vocalist is really good. And the drummer is really good. They have a great live show. So far, they have published one song, which is The Aviator, which is the one linked. But they are working on like 6 new songs, something like that. And they have a video coming up soon. So new stuff will be released. In the meantime, they are playing. If anyone from Argentina is listening, check them out. Check their live shows. It's really cool.
Yeah, I checked them out. The Aviator song that you linked to us. And I definitely get like Xandria or old Nightwish vibes from it. I love that they use the violin. I know we were just talking about that. That's a pleasant surprise. They're basically, I go describe them as a more power metal-y version of the next band that we're going to talk about.
Yeah. So the time has come for me to show my true colors.
This is okay, guys. Like, let's real talk. This is the greatest band that we're ever going to talk about on Powerful. If anyone checks out one band from all of any episode of Powerful, make it this next one.
I'm gonna be the devil's advocate and say maybe
that's a lot of
maybe take it with a grain of salt. maybe take what he just said with a grain of salt.
Yeah, like a whole tanker of salt, dude. So the time has come.
I'm trying to help you out, bro.
The time has come to reveal that this has been all a charade. It's just a long
We're
game.
the real Threatin all along.
Yeah.
Darko's just here to get self-promotion of 500 clicks.
Yeah. So
was it worth it? Was it worth the 500?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so I play in a couple of bands, and it's time for me because they are small, so I'm going to share them. First, my Argentinian band, which is called Afterpain, and we don't play power metal actually, but we do symphonic kind of stuff. So it's like Sefi just said, Mandoble does actual power metal symphonic things, and we do symphonic things that are not really power metal-y, but you might like it with female vocals and stuff. And if you check the song Linked, which is called Lights Out, it's the kind of symphonic metal thingy. And I play drums there and other stuff and record and mix and do all the magic. So if you want to check it out, we are about to release a new song, which is kind of thrashy. So a lot of riffs. It's made out of guitar riffs. So you might like that a bit more. It should come out around the time this episode is airing. It has female vocals, not operatic vocals, and keyboards and stuff. And the other band is Eons Enthroned. This is an actual power metal band. So far we have released 2 songs, and this is an interesting one. This band started as an online collaboration out of the R Power Metal subreddit a long time ago. I joined in the past year, I think, by like around the time we started the podcast. We have 2 songs. The one that is linked is Age of Fire, which is like our proper first power metal song.
It's Dark Souls themed, which is cool.
Yeah, it's about Dark Souls. And a lot of the songs that are being made and coming out are based around probably some on video games, some on movies, book sagas, stuff, all the high fantasy stuff power metal fans like. And this is an open collaboration. So if you listening are a musician and play or sing power metal, if you're a drummer and can play power metal and actually can record yourself, that'd be great. I play bass on 2 songs, on one of the songs, and a song that is about to come out as well around the time this episode comes out, which is another power metal
song. Can you
song.
give us a tease for what that song might be like or what it'll be about?
Oh, it's a pretty cool song.
The song is
I
called.
wasn't supposed to listen to it.
Yeah, I don't know why you listen to it, but how
I didn't ask for it, but I was given it, so I listened.
I was told that you asked for it. Very, very weird stuff is happening.
I did not.
Yeah.
It's a very nice song, though. It's called The New Titans.
It's called The New Titans, yeah. And
The New Titans.
it already has the powerful treatment for the album art.
Yes.
That's great.
It's got good art, both my art and their art.
Yeah.
I think it's worth mentioning that the second song you guys put out, Blade Runner, features vocals from none other than Sozos Michael.
Yes, Sozos Michael from Helium Prime fame, which we have.
Friend of the podcast, Sozos Michael?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he sings in our song Blade Runner, which you will never guess what it's about.
It's about running really fast with katanas.
Yeah.
It's like a Naruto thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
We're not the best with the titles, but the music works, and we just have rotating people depending on what is being recorded, what is being played. Check it out. It's actually power metal. You might like it. I do. And a new song is coming up, and this is this is an international kind of thing. So I'm from Argentina, and we have people from the US, we have people from Canada, from England, Sosos from
Cyprus.
And, well, if you're a musician and want to join, just hit me up.
They do some solid stuff. He's not just like being a self-promoting shill. They do some solid stuff.
I am being a self-promoting shill, but I think it's worth.
But they also do solid stuff.
Yeah, we do solid stuff.
When I first found about like this project and I listened to Age of Fire, I'm like, damn, this is actually really good.
Yeah, especially as like a debut with people that don't know each other.
Yeah, and like
really
your
good
guitarist who doesn't actually exist or something like that.
The vocalist is bad.
Oh, the vocalist, yeah.
But it's a bit tough working only online. So everything is kind of slow. But well, we are about to release the first song. So we're not working on an album. I can vouch for
that third song. It sounds really good. I love the singer, honestly.
That's great.
He sounds fantastic on the song.
Yeah, he's really good.
I hope you guys don't clean him up too much, actually, because I really love the distortion on his voice. Like the distortion and reverb.
I don't know what you heard, but re-recordings have happened. I don't know. We'll see when we get the track. When the track is done, I need to work on it. But it should be out around December. So if you're listening to this, maybe look for it. There's another band that I wanted to show everyone. This is not mine, so it's okay. It's not all shilling.
Self-promotion's over?
Yeah, self-promo corner is over. This band is called Silverheart. They are from the city of Rosario, from Argentina as well. And they play a very mean power metal. The song that I liked, they don't have it on YouTube by itself. It's the first song on the album that's linked. They are working on an album that's going to be released in March 2019. And this is like your standard power metal with that, not the more modern production style full of bombastic sounds and, I don't know, like orchestras covering everything, but more traditional in the mixing sense. And it's really, really cool. Fast stuff.
Yeah.
Aggressive stuff.
Yeah, when I listened to Silverheart's song Stay Alive yesterday, like that's another one where I was kind of like, as soon as the song started, I'm like, okay, I am in. I'm here for this. This is some good shit.
Yeah. Yeah, this is for fans of power metal. That's as simple as I can put it.
Yeah. It's got, you know, a catchy chorus. It's got cool keyboards going on in the background. You got some fast riffs. Like,
yeah.
It's EOPM and it's at its finest.
Yeah. Yeah, I really recommend this. Check it out.
It's not a wall of sound arena metal thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Arena metal. Heard it here first.
Mm-hmm. So,
oh boy.
Another small band that we wanted to show, it was Viathin. They are from Calgary, Canada. And we know of this band because a buddy of ours is a really big fan of them. And I actually really like
That's
this.
an understatement.
Yeah, it's an understatement. I know.
Yeah,
that's an
these guys are
understatement.
legitimately great.
We know the number one
big fan is an understatement.
Yeah, we know the number one fan of Viathin, and I actually like their album. I really like their stuff. It's really cool power metal. Again, that's how I can say it, and You should trust me on this. Go check it out.
Would Darko ever lead you astray? No, he wouldn't. So listen to Leviathan. Their album is called Cynosure. How do you say that?
Cynosure, maybe?
Cynosure? I know.
It sounds like
Regardless.
like I don't know, like Biathine sounds like medication, and Cynosure sounds like the disease or something. It's such weird words. It's like a seizure with cyanide or something. I don't know. I'm just.
Regardless, their music is very, very good. We met was he the guitarist?
We met Jacob. He plays guitar.
Yeah, at Prog Power. Real nice guy.
Cool dude.
He's got a great band. I don't know if they're still working on an album. I think we said they're doing live shows.
They're on hold.
They're on a hiatus, I think. Yeah, on hold.
I'm working on album 3 / on hiatus.
Oh.
So it's who knows, maybe sometime we'll have something. But for now, they have good music that's worth listening to.
The song that's linked, it sounds kind of like a drinking song, to be honest.
It does have like a sea shanty thing to it, especially in the chorus.
Yeah.
3 sheets to the wind. Man, this is some good shit. I don't think I'd heard this one yet. Because I listened to the title track the most.
Yeah.
But this one's really good. I feel like you guys, who are listening, you should notice pretty much every band here were like, oh yeah, they do this really good stuff. Well, that's why we're here talking about them.
Yeah, we don't talk about bad bands.
Do we?
We don't.
Okay. We don't talk about bands that we don't want to talk about. I think that's the only...
Right, we do things because we feel passionate about it.
Yeah.
And these are all bands that have, captured our attentions of our scene vet, incredibly high standards. And, we filter down all of it to give you pure distilled power metal and others on this episode. There's a lot of good stuff out there.
We're trying to be a lighthouse, pointing you in the right direction in this unending sea of new bands on the internet.
Yeah, so that you don't end up like the white pearl at the bottom of the Black Ocean.
Mm-hmm.
That was bad.
Deep cut.
That was bad.
That might have been bad, but you know what's not bad?
Oh, what? Wait, let me guess. Is it a band dredged up from the ancient depths of Sumerian hell?
It just might be.
Oh.
What could this band be that's been dredged up
man.
from ancient Sumeria?
Does it have anything to do with Armageddon, maybe?
Oh, it might be like double that.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
2 Armageddons?
Now.
2 Geddons?
2 Geddons.
Fuck.
It's a double Geddon. Oh, man. So we memed the shit out of this band during Raw Power, but in case you weren't paying attention to that, which I don't blame you, I would like to give a big plug to the band Double Geddon and their EP 2 Geddons. We don't really know for sure where these guys are from. We think it's Canada or US.
I think it's somewhere in Alberta. I don't know where, though.
Or it's Sumeria.
Yeah.
Ancient Sumeria, yeah.
Ancient Sumeria.
They're on Bandcamp and they're on Twitter. Their Bandcamp description, I think this is important to point out. After a 6,000-year hiatus, 2 ancient Sumerian demigods have emerged from the 7th dimension. After a thorough 5-minute survey of all modern human forms of communication, they determined that only one stood out as worthy, and thus, they formed a fucking heavy metal band. And that's what you're getting in for. They have 2 songs on their EP called 2 Geddons. 2 members, 2 Geddons, double Geddon. It makes sense, 2 songs.
Yeah.
First one is The Fire-Breathing Giant of the Icy Seas, which is, I think, a more like traditional metal song. And then the second one, Snake Pit Skeleton, is more in the power metal band. I love Snake Pit Skeleton.
I'm a piece of shit and love Snake Pit Skeleton.
Snake Pit Skeleton is so great. In the middle of the song, they sing Motherfucker just in the most glorious way, and it gets me every time. These guys are really cool. They're my bros on Twitter. They're like one of the 3 people who actually tweets at me. I'm hoping to get them on the podcast at some point. Maybe when they release their eventual album, which they've told us is going to be called Get In Dangerous, which I love.
Ooh.
Oh, boy.
Apparently they weren't even originally going to do more music, and then someone said, hey, we'll pay you.
I'll pay them.
Like they got like a record deal or something.
I'll buy their album.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me that
If
I didn't
you-
buy their album. I'm buying it now.
You should.
I'm buying
Only
it
like
right
8
now.
people have bought it.
Yeah, if you check the supported by on Bandcamp, there's
You can-
you'll notice a couple some familiar
Familiar-
names on there.
Yeah. A nice little review by none other but Larry Biscuit. Right
Boom.
there.
Right there.
Mm-hmm. And Pizor, I think he's the first one.
Yeah.
I don't think he wrote a blurb though,
No, he didn't.
but I
write
think he
it,
was
there.
the first to buy it.
But he's the first.
He's got his anime thing there, like, with a Santa hat.
If you spend 10 minutes on Bandcamp, you'll see Pizor everywhere.
True.
Yeah, that's true. But
He owns it, basically.
Yeah.
He is the Bandcamp.
Doublegeddon is for fans of the new traditional style. So fans of Dream Troll, Visigoth,
New
cetera,
wave of
et cetera.
trad heavy metal,
Yeah. If you like
All
those
right.
bands, you'll like Doublegeddon.
or like what's it, White Wizard or Holy Grail, those bands too.
Or that one that I said sounded like them earlier that we listened to today. Whichever band that was.
Malison.
Maybe? Yeah, Malison. It was Malison.
All right. Well, so we just went through, what was it, like a dozen or so bands, all of which are worth your time checking out. If you get one bit of positivity out of this, one band that you like, one that you're going to throw into the rotation, one that you're going to throw a Facebook like, maybe buy their album, then, mission accomplished on our end, I think.
We are linking everything. Their Facebook pages, their YouTube uploads, or Bandcamp, if that's the only thing available. Go check it out. Support the bands. If they are local to you, go check them out live if they play.
Yeah, we've included the location, I think, for just about every single band. So, should we get into reviews that are for bands that are a bit more well-known than these, but are still worth checking out?
Yeah, sure.
All right. First up on the docket, we've got the debut LP from Dire Peril called The Extraterrestrial Compendium. This one, we mentioned it last time, it's from some friends of the podcast. This is by Jason Ashcraft of Helion Prime and John Yelland of Judicator, collaborating, making a sci-fi thing of riffs and cool stuff. What did you guys think about The Extraterrestrial Compendium?
I liked most of it.
Me too.
I like it.
This album, I think it definitely does feel like a combination of Judicator and Helion Prime, which is shocking, I know. So, it's got like those speedy riffs. It's got John Yelland's very sort of unique vocal style. And like, it's got that it's really aggressive, but also really quite beautiful at times. What were some of your guys' favorite tracks on here?
I'm a basic bitch, and I loved John's harmonies on Queen of the Galaxy.
I think Queen of the
Oh,
Galaxy is my favorite track.
Those are some of the best harmonies I think I heard this year.
Yeah, because it's definitely worth mentioning that track is with Brittany Slays of Unleash the Archers fame.
Yeah. And this is actually a re-recording because they had released this song before when they started. I think they had a free song EP, and this was one of them, and they just re-recorded probably just again for this release, and it's still a great song.
It's probably like the most accessible of the tracks on here. Probably a good starting point, especially everyone likes Brittany Slays' vocals, so that'll be a fun one to start with. I think a song in here that I really liked, well, the first single, Heart of the Furian, I thought was really great.
Agreed.
Actually, it was very nice. As we said, it was very nice.
Very, very nice.
I think that's one that really just encapsulates like what the band is about with the way the riffs are done in that one. I really like the song Roughnecks. It's the shortest. I think it's the shortest song on the album, and I wish it were longer because that's the one I really wanted more of. I thought that song was really great. The way like the intensity kicks in at the chorus really got me going.
I really like Total Recall.
Oh yeah, Total Recall's good.
That was my second favorite after Queen of the Galaxy.
Total Recall has, I think, a really cool guitar solo on it.
Yeah. The guitar work is what hooked me on that one from the start.
Mm-hmm.
I think my top three are Queen of the Galaxy, Blood in the Ice, and Heart of the Furian, aka the three singles. Finally,
I wasn't as big on Blood in the Ice.
Finally, a band that can like put out good songs as their singles. Good job, Jason.
The music video for Blood in the Ice is really cool.
It is.
I feel like I'm in a minority here, but Journey Beyond Stars is my favorite. The one with Aryan.
The crazy long song?
Yeah, 9.5 minutes at the
the
end.
longest one.
Really?
I thought it was too long.
Yeah.
I
Really? Why?
Yeah,
I
like
found it interesting. Aryan did a good job.
Yeah, it's cool that Aryan's on it, sort of bringing it back around with the like sci-fi opera guy. But
Yeah.
I feel this way about Terror of the Cybernetic Space Monster, and that I don't really like Jason's long songs. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't think they do enough to justify their length. I think they kind of plod along and are kind of boring. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think, like, well, you know, Jason, we think you're wonderful. Like, we've met, we talked. I don't think this is the best track you've done. I know you can do better.
Yeah, I think the album, the last few songs are the ones I wasn't as big on. Altar 4 and Always Right Here, and then Journey Beyond the Stars. That's where it kind of tapered off for me. But, you know, teach their own. Dawn is allowed to like Journey Beyond the Stars. I'm not going to get mad about that.
Thanks. Thank you.
You have my permission. Definitely an album to check out, though, guys. And I'm not just saying that to be a shill.
Yeah, we don't
We've
get
done
anything
plenty
from
of
shilling.
shilling.
We don't get anything from shilling this guy, from this band.
We don't get anything from shilling anyone.
Darko gets something from shilling his own stuff.
Oh, well, he gets that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Sorry. I won't do it again for like another year.
We've disclosed it. It's fine.
Though if any band like wants to give us stuff, maybe we'll shill you. We won't, though, because we have integrity.
Sure.
We'll talk about you. We'll talk about you.
Next up is...
Well, my friend, we have another album.
We have a really great album to talk about.
All right.
We have Vionity's new album, Legend of the Starborn.
Follow-up to their 2014 album?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Few years. It's been a few years for Vionity. And boy, let me tell you... or actually, let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys like Space Vikings?
Yeah.
Well, if you like Space Vikings, then by God, you're going to like this album, because it is all about Space Vikings. And it's also really, really good power metal. I really enjoyed this album. Vionity's last album was really good, and so I've been hyped for this one. Definitely worth looking into this one. Like some of the other bands that we had talked about earlier, it's straight up really great power metal. Lots of great riffs and solos and choruses. It's really catchy, great vocals. Vionity's vocal style is, would you say a bit deeper than your standard power metal fare? It's warm, perhaps.
Yeah, I'll go with warm.
Warm, yeah. I don't know how to talk about music, dude. But Darko and Don, I don't think you guys have got around to this one.
No, unfortunately.
No, I haven't, unfortunately.
All right. Like I was saying, I think it's a concept album, or at least an album about gets really into a concept.
I don't think it's a concept album. I think they just went whole ham on the Vikings thing.
Yeah,
Well,
Vikings
is the
also
concept,
space.
right?
Yeah, and it ties into Atlantis too. That comes in there.
Interesting.
I need to actually look at the lyrics of this album, because I might just be talking out my ass. But Legend of the Starborn is a really great album. If I was to wreck a few of these songs, I think my favorite was Warrior of the North. It has like a spoken interlude before it, and I was like, damn, they're really hyping this next song up. It better be really good. And then it was probably my favorite on the album.
That's the wrong favorite song on the album, though, because the real favorite song on the album is Freedom Vikings, with our
also a good one,
with our boy Patrick Celebi, who we met at Prague Power last year.
Yes,
this year.
Patrick, the singer of the band Bloodbound.
And he sounds fantastic on this.
Yeah, Freedom Vikings was another one of the songs that I really liked. Up there as well as Guiding Light, I think was the single.
Guiding Light. Yep, it's Guiding Light.
Yeah, those are...
And it's very uplifting, hafty, Guiding Light. You know, you can get that from the title.
Yeah, like, I feel like there's a lot of overused song titles on this album. You got Sail Away, you've got Warrior of the North, Gates of Hell, but by God, they work. I feel like it's strange pacing on the album to put two of the last three songs are on the slower end, with Lament and United We Stand. But, That's their choice. I thought United We Stand was pretty good.
Honestly, I didn't pay attention to many of the song titles. I kind of zoned out when I listened to this, except for the couple of tracks that I mentioned.
Well, highly recommend Vionity's Legend of the Starborn. It's up there among maybe top 10 of the year. We'll see. I gotta let it sit for a bit.
Cool.
Give it a few more listens.
I'll be sure to check it out.
I've got to think about these things because we've got the epic album of the year episode coming up. So yeah, I've got the wheels turning. This is one that I've had my eye on for a while, and one that I'm gonna be going back to. Space Vikings. Like, I'm not joking. Like, when you guys listen to this album, you're gonna. It's so many Vikings and Asgards and hammers and oh boy,
And space. All over.
it is kind of ridiculous, but it's good music, so you can deal with it.
All right. Looks like we got one
Another
more.
album.
What
And
is
this
this
is-
next album?
This is the obligatory album that we have to do because
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone's talking about it.
And we actually talked about it before. And we said
we
we
did.
were going to review it, so we will.
We've talked about this
So
one a
here
lot.
we are. We've got Conception, My Dark Symphony.
Okay,
Their
should we
new
issue
EP.
correction based off of our last way we talked about this album? So this is Conception's big comeback. We said it was called Reconception.
Oh, yeah, that was the title.
That's
the
only
first track.
partially true.
Yeah.
They have the full album is called My Dark Symphony.
It's not an album. It's
But-
an EP.
It's an EP.
Okay, it's an EP called My Dark Symphony, of which the first track is called Reconception, but also they have a single called Reconception, which features different songs on it.
Yeah. So they released, at least on the Spotify release, you can see Reconception, which is an album, and I'm just going to say album as the entity collection of songs that has the title track Reconception, the song Grand Again, and the song Feather Moves. And the song Feather Moves is not part of the other album, My Dark Symphony, that has 6 songs. So this is confusing, I guess.
Confusing, and
Weird.
DM Rage got mad at us, but
Yeah.
we fixed it, so too bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, what do you guys think about Roy Khan's big comeback to metal? You know, the second coming.
I didn't really like
Yeah,
it.
me neither.
It was kind of boring.
I think
I thought it was fine.
the only thing that's worth listening this for is the voice of Khan and nothing else.
Yeah, like his vocal performance was fantastic. He sounded great, but everything else was kind of.
Not even the melodies that he's
Eh.
singing, but just the sound of his voice.
Yeah. I'm not too big on Conception style. I'm just happy that Roy Khan is back in metal and that he's still got it.
And it's just as edgy as you would expect from Roy Khan.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of
Yeah.
course. It's called My Dark Symphony.
It's got all the edge that you would expect, so good on them for doing that.
Edgy Lot is back. Or, well, maybe.
Oh, I could only wish. We can go away from wine a lot. That's
Why
good.
not?
That's good. I just made that up. That was on the fly.
Oh, my God.
We could go away from wine a lot and go back to edgy Camelot.
So what is My Dark Symphony like? It's like proggy sort of
Nah.
stuff.
Stop calling this stuff proggy.
Everything is prog, dude. Everything.
If you don't know what it is, it's prog, right?
It's my fallback. It's my fallback.
No, it's just like sinful metal stuff.
It's got some gothic
yeah.
shit in
the
it.
slower kind of
Yeah.
thing. And
Epica-ish, I guess.
no, because Epica
No.
actually does other stuff. Like, yeah, does stuff. So this is like, I don't know. The name My Dark Symphony should tell you everything, actually.
Yeah. It's like, like think of
Edgy
like
metal.
edgy Nightwish stuff,
Yeah,
but with Roy Khan.
Nightwishy. Like my band, but
Like Afterpain.
but with Roy Khan instead.
Which
does
Afterpain
feature
featuring
Roy
Roy
Khan.
Khan.
Yeah. Well, I have one complaint on this album. The first song, Reconception. The vocals when they start and for a long while, I think for most of the song, they have this megaphone or radio effect, and it's really loud compared to the rest of the instruments, and it makes it really annoying to listen to.
I like the news headlines parts.
That's just like the minute-long intro thing.
I don't like it. I don't like it. It was really annoying.
But you know what's not annoying? Raycon's voice.
No.
Yeah,
On
so
all the other songs.
It almost makes up for it.
Almost.
And it was only like 25 minutes, so...
I think it's kind of funny that like we've talked about this album multiple times, like hyping it up beforehand, only to be like,
It's all right.
Well, that happens. Everything can flop or not be to our liking.
It shows that we're
stuff
sincere.
I think
You might like
I
it.
think we just don't like Conception.
So far,
Anyone heard this band before?
no.
which one?
Conception.
Conception.
I never
never-
actually have listened to Conception.
No.
This might be
Yeah.
par for the
I think
course for
that's
what they
it.
do.
Yeah. So at least I didn't have any special, like, I didn't knew exactly what it was going to be, but just based on the name and the band pictures, I imagined it was going to be this kind of music.
And their art.
and
It sounds
still-
like what it looks like.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
which is good. That's faithful publicity. But even though taking that into account, I'd say this is not the best I've heard. I do understand why everyone loves Roy Khan. His voice is really cool, but the music is just not there. The drummer was cool, though. There was a lot of fun drumming there, especially in the track that is in Feather Moves, but nothing really whoa.
I kind of like Grand Again, the first proper song.
Yeah, I think it's the best one. Roy sounds just great.
So it starts strong.
All right, so now we got one more segment. This will be like a rapid fire segment until maybe the end. This is our coming soon TM stuff. So at some point in the next couple of months, these albums will be coming out. Look forward to singles. First, we've got Eternity's End, which we already talked about, coming out December 26th. Then we've got Ancient Bards Origine.
Origine? I think it's Origine.
I don't know. It's Italian.
Their crowdfunded album, they hoped it would be up at the end of the year. Didn't quite make that. It's coming out January 25th, but they were teasing a single on December 14th. So keep an eye out for that one. Next up, we have Avantasia's Moonglow. Comes out on February 1st, and Toby has been teasing a single coming out probably in December. He said it would be a long one, so, lots of content. Thank you, Toby. Merry Christmas.
I'm hoping for like a 12-minute Toby epic.
Like, Let the Storm Descend Upon You, The Scarecrow, one of those.
More.
Oh boy, more.
He's had time to hone his craft.
Like, he loves to be over the top, so let's do it. I'm there for it. Moonglow is one of my probably most anticipated albums right now. Let's do it. And then a bit further out, we've got a couple albums that we'll mention in early February. Thornbridge, like we said, their follow-up album, Theatrical Masterpiece, comes out February 8th. I assume there'll be a single at some point in December or January.
I'm hoping for a single this month in December before the year's out, and then another
Do two of
one,
them?
and then another one midway through January, hopefully.
That makes sense.
That's what I'd hope for.
And we might as well mention Beast in Black. Their second album, like we said, From Hell with Love, is coming out February 8th. They just released a single. What was it? Sweet True Lies?
Yeah, Sweet True Lies by Bon Jovi. John Bon Jovi.
By Bon Jovi.
By John Bon Jovi.
We make that joke because Darko overlaid that song with... Which Bon Jovi song was it?
It's You Give Love a Bad Name.
You Give Love a Bad Name. It's it's like literally the same song.
And With Heaven is a Place on Earth.
And Heaven is a Place on Earth, yeah. They are all the same song.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So
It's pretty rough.
I gotta say, like, Yanni's impression of Bon Jovi is impressive because when the track came out, a couple of us were listening to the track and were actually wondering if it was Bon Jovi singing on there.
It doesn't really sound like Yanis. That's the weird thing. But we'll see if they release a power metal song on that album.
Dude, maybe this is like the ultimate bait and switch, just like last time.
They're going to go the other way.
Yeah. Like last time they released like a power metal track and like a ballady power metal track. And then we got Crazy Mad Insane. And now we get Bon Jovi and, I don't know, Joan Jett.
And
And then we'll get like
Blast
some Blind
beats
Guardian
coming
shit.
in. Let's do
Yeah.
this. I
don't
want
know.
brutal death growls.
I honestly, this track is real fun to listen to.
Oh yeah, it's a
I
fun
love it.
song.
Even if
I
keep
love Bon
hearing the
Jovi,
Bon Jovi. Yeah,
so-
exactly. And
I love Bon Jovi.
I don't think I want them to do a power metal song on their album. I just want them to keep
Maybe
doing
one.
what they are doing because I think they do it very nicely.
Yeah, they know what they're doing, and it works.
Yeah. And there's no
This
need.
is going to be the band. This is going to be the band to like adopt arena metal as
Yeah.
their descriptor.
Yeah.
If any band
can
does
see
it, it's going to be them.
I hope they do.
I hope they do too.
I'm really all for that.
And then I hope they give credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anton, I know you're there. You're listening. You know what you're doing. Anyway, I'm not going to start the genre war argument again with that. It's we've done it
We already
too
did
many
that.
times.
We have a whole episode titled Genre Wars.
Yeah, you can go
Yep.
and listen to our opinions on that there. And what matters here
They
is
haven't
that,
changed.
yeah, they haven't changed. And we like this song.
Yeah.
And actually,
I like
It's
Bon
Bon
Jovi.
Jovi.
I
I
would
like
like
arena
to
metal.
see this live. Really,
Oh,
honestly.
for sure. They're doing live shows with Nightwish in these giant fucking stadiums these days.
Mhm.
I'm sure it's great.
Yeah, yeah.
Beast
they're
in
doing
Black,
great.
I swear to God, they came out of nowhere
Yeah.
and got so much money thrown behind them that now they're at the top. That's amazing.
It's their gazillion YouTube views, dude.
And right behind them is the band that actually also came out of nowhere and has a lot of money, which is Workings. And then,
Blech.
yeah, I know that one that actually isn't good, but it's the same. I think that like the labels are just testing stuff, you know.
Probably.
And I go to a Beast in Black show.
I
for
would
sure.
for sure go. It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
a ton of fun. As long as the Battle Beast isn't opening.
yeah.
I
That'd
don't
be
think I'd want to
awkward.
do that. That'd be
I don't
weird.
think they would do that. I
That'd
think there's
be
some
weird.
bad blood there.
It'd be Battle Beast and Delane opening for Beast in Black if they came to North America.
Oh God. I can't take that
And that's
much.
true. Darko, you don't understand how true that statement is.
I know.
You laugh, but that's what would happen.
You
Maybe
know,
Leaves Eyes if they wanted to mix it up.
Yeah. I like Leaves Eyes live. They're
Yeah,
fun.
they're good live.
Their hype man is great.
you know, Delane is coming to Argentina next year in a co-headline tour.
With Amorphous?
Uh,
Are you getting that one?
maybe. I don't remember now.
Dude, you got to check out their light up mic stands. They
They didn't
next
have them.
level.
I saw them. They
What?
opened for Nightwish and they didn't have them.
That's absurd.
Was that when they were like still a tiny opener and not like the giant opener they are now?
No, they are the international opener. Like they are an international band. Not opener. Like it's like Nightwish with special guest Delane. That was the show, and then the two Argentinian openers, and they played the full blown show. And it was a nice show, but they didn't have the magic mic stands.
It's a
I
shame.
really think Delane needs to write some more material before they tour again.
Yeah, that probably could be for the better, but they are touring in 2019.
They've been playing the same album for 3 years. Maybe 2. They need to write something new.
They'll play here September 2019. Tickets are already available.
September of next year?
Yes. They announced it.
What the fuck?
They announced like the day of the show with Nightwish, they gave me the flyer with the new.
Marketing.
Yeah, they need to write something new next year.
They're co-headlining with Vur, that other symphonic.
Didn't we see them at Prog Power?
No.
That's one that we all missed.
We missed it. We
Or
skipped them.
we missed it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that was with Annika. What's her face? People
okay.
told me the show was good, but I missed it.
I'll probably go to this
Anyway,
show.
I think we're rambling at this point.
All right, but
We
yeah,
are.
that's people like the ramble, I think, as long as it doesn't go too far.
Are we too far?
Well, we hope you enjoyed this special episode of Power Metal Podcast. Check out the small bands. Throw them a bone. I think there's
let us
some
know what you
really-
liked.
Oh yeah, tell us which ones you checked out.
Yeah.
We would love to hear.
If
from
you have any more
guys.
for us, like we said before, throw them our way.
Yeah. If there's one takeaway from this episode, it's that there really is a lot of good stuff out there. You might just have to look for it, but that's why we're here to help.
Yeah, exactly.
And we have an army of people looking for us. So
Yeah, we've got our friends that they're telling us stuff. We got our audience they're telling us stuff. You know, let's work together in this, guys.
Yeah, definitely. So, go check them out. Stay powerful.
Stay powerful.
Stay powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.